is when the author says to separate the income as two parts, fruit and seed. Fruit to enjoy now and seed to have later. We can use the seed, the part of the income, for investments, or we can be as money lenders. We can invest in shares, or we can provide money to others. Investments like shares have high risk, but we have high return. Investments like money lenders have low risks, but we have low return. So I conclude by saying it is a nice book. I recommend this book to adults. Thank you.
I'm K.P. Balaradanya from grade 6A. I'm here to review the book Guiding Souls, written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam with Arun K. Tiwari. The soul can split the sky into two and let the face of God shine through. This Guiding Souls is a self-explanatory book. It was published in the 2005 September and published by Ocean Books. It is a medium-sized book, consists of 158 pages, including preface, contents, notes, acknowledgement, bibliography, and index. Abul Pahid Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam was born on 15th October 1931. He was responsible for the development of ISRO's launch vehicle program, the development and operationalization of strategic missiles at DRDO, and building indigenous capability in critical technologies. As a scientific advisor to the defense minister, he was one of the brains behind Program 2 nuclear tests in 1998. He became 11th President of India in 2002 and has been involved in teaching and research and has taken up a mission to ignite young minds for national development. Arun K. Tiwari is a professor of biomedical engineering. He took up creative scientific writings in 1987 and then since written several books including the bestseller Wings of Fire with President APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Both authors together written many books like Wings of Fire, Transcendence, You're Born to Blossom, Squaring the Circle, Jagarat Bharat, Shrestha Bharat, and so many books. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir described this book, Guiding Souls, as endowed with a mission to steer human lives in the affairs of this world. Human awareness and experience took beyond blind faith and toil to a higher plane of spiritual certainty and purposeful effect. From a scientific perspective, the inner being of a person can be seen as an amorphous collection of thoughts, images, sensations, and so on. Most of the book goes like a story, but this book goes like a conversation between Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir and Arun K. Tiwari. This book can be divided into three parts. The first part deals with the concepts of inner experience, and the second part deals with the essence of some great souls, whereas the third part was the concluding part deals with the journey of the soul and its various manifestations. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir quoted many quotes and poems for this book as water in your jug is brackish and low. Smash the jug and come to the river. This book describing about soul. Soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. It is everlasting. The first part deals with all human emotions, sensations, insights, and all. Life reflects back to us what we give it. Most of us assume having a great knowledge. Later, it happens to know it is just a meager and incomplete. Knowledge is always infinite. We all must overcome our egos and all our negativities. Thus our soul being illuminated. So the life was not a burden, but a privilege. The second part deals with various legends telling about life and peace. The king Ashoka changed his life from king to priest to spread Buddhism for peaceful life for all. The great Thiruvalluvar packed phrases. He dealt more about good governance. Like this, many other legends quoted with one motto: simplicity, non-violence, and leads to peaceful life. They all teach us how to behave patiently in all tragic situations. Guru Nanak Dev made normal life to spiritual training and expression. He said, truth is high, higher still is truthful living. The third and concluding part deals with the consciousness. It comes through clarification and purification about that subject. It deals with the understanding of soul. Once the essence of soul is found and gets activated, changed into action, have a capability to face pain, sorrow, and grief. Then we can see our soul being illuminated. So the life was not a burden, but a privilege. Alexis Carrel said, prayer, like radium, is luminous and self-generating form of energy. This book helps us to illuminate our soul and overcome our egos and our disequalities to reach our goal, that is our God. God creates a human with angelic qualities as well as divine qualities. He commanded that all his creations is to use all faculties with reasoning image. This is the mission of human life. We can attain peace from inner and have a capability to face pain, sorrow, problems and all. The examples of guiding souls were very impressive and informative. It makes us to live a truthful living. I am giving 5 out of 5 rating for this book because of its inspirational and motivational thoughts and how it is useful in our day-to-day life. It teaches many morals like being truthful and loyal. I recommend you all to read it as it is suitable for all category people. Thank you.
I am Mindresh from grade 7A. I am here to review a book on the title Adolf Hitler. This is a biographical book written by Richard Thames and it is published in 1999 by Heinemann Library. The author of the book, Richard Thames, was born on January 1946 in London. He got educated in the University of Cambridge. He wrote 20 books and the famous book he wrote was England's Forgotten Past. Now let's come to this book. In this book there are 56 pages with some pictures and 16 contents. This book tells us what happened in Hitler's life and what he had done in his life. This book starts with the content, who was Adolf Hitler. In this content they gave some information about Hitler. Now I'll give a summary of this book. Hitler was born on 1889 in Linz, a city in Austria. His mother's name was Clara and his father's name was Alois. He got many bad reports in his school life. The school did not interest him, but he was interested on old magazines about the war of 1870 to 1871, when Prussia and other German states united to defeat the other country. Hitler's father died in 1903 and because of his bad reports in his school, he left his school when he was 16. After leaving his school, he refused to get a job and he moved to Vienna, the capital of Austria. In Vienna, with no steady works, he was homeless up to 1910. Then he painted the views of Vienna and he sold them. This made him enough money to move to a hostel for men, where he stayed for 3 years. Hitler hated communists, socialists, and Jews. Jews are foreigners. Hitler thought that Jews are showing that they are well educated to the ordinary people. In 1913, Hitler moved to Germany and in 1914, he joined an army in Germany when the World War I came. He worked as a message runner. A message runner's work is to pass a message from the battlefield to the headquarters and from the headquarters to the battlefield. He was awarded a medal, Iron Cross, second class for saving his leader's life, and he was awarded the first class in 1916. The war ended with Germany's defeat, in 1919, a party named Nazis was created. Hitler was sent to a meeting in their party and he spoke well in that meeting. So the party invited Hitler to join in their committee. In 1921, Hitler was appointed as the leader of the party Nazis. He found some party guards who protect speakers from public meetings. They were called SA. For Hitler, some bodyguards were appointed. They were called SS. In 1929, Hitler was appointed as the Prime Minister of the country Germany. Then within a month of Hitler becoming Prime Minister, the parliament of the country had burned. Later it has proved that an ill Dutchman had done it. But Hitler declared that it is a signal for a mass arrest for communists. SA and SS men were given the power of policemen and a camp was created to hold political prisoners. The camp was called concentration camp. After the parliament burning, a new law passed which gave Hitler an emergency law for 4 years. Now Hitler can rule the country as a dictator for 4 years. Hitler signed a treaty with the neighboring country Poland that neither country would go war against the other. He formed a new law which banned Jews from being as German citizens and officials and teachers. He formed another law which made all men to do military training. Hitler got permission with the Britain government that Germany could have a new navy. Then he sent troops to the neighboring country Austria and he announced that it would become the part of Germany. He marched to the country and the parts were occupied. The opponents were arrested. Hitler wanted to attack the another neighboring country, so he told a lie that the Germans in the border of that country are badly treated. For this, France and Italy agreed. So he marched to the country and the parts were occupied. Britain and France told that if Germany came war with Poland, they will help Poland because Germany signed a treaty with Poland that neither country would go war against the other. As they signed, Germany came war with Poland. As Britain and France promised Poland that they will help, they helped Poland. Germany's forces started to lose many tanks, aircrafts and troops. In the war happening time, Hitler was staying in his war headquarters. That time, a person who is badly treated in a war kept a bomb under Hitler's table and the bomb had blown up. He told that he went to take a phone call and he heard a signal that a bomb had blown up in Hitler's war headquarters, and he also told that Hitler had died. The bomb did not kill Hitler, but it injured him because the table was too thick and strong and the windows was vast open for the summer. This prevented the force of the blast. Then he moved to an underground base in Berlin. In the end of Germany's defeat, he shot himself that he will not surrender. This is everything about Hitler's life. And the major issue in this book is some informations are not in order and some important informations are not here. The strength of this book is in some books we can't understand some words. That time we should search in Google dictionaries or some are asked to our elder brothers or sisters. But in this book they gave a glossary back of the book and they mentioned the meaning of some words. And I rate this book 3 out of 5. As I said, some informations are not here and some important informations are not here. I will give some examples. Hitler's mother died in 1907, but they did not mention here. And Hitler only started the World War II, that also they did not mention here. And and when he was working as a message runner in military, he was passing a message from the headquarters to the battlefield. That time enemy soldier saw him. He thought to shoot Hitler, but Hitler had a wound in his leg. There is a rule in military that if somebody somebody is badly wounded in war, they should not shoot them. So the enemy soldier did not shoot him. And this is everything about this book review of the book Adolf Hitler by Richard Ames and the publisher Heinemann Library. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am T. Sri Bhavnisha from grade 9A, here to review the book The Power of Now. This book was originally published in 1997 by Namaste Publishing in Vancouver. This book was again republished in 1999 by the New World Library, which was in the best-selling book list of New York for years after. This book was translated into 33 languages and 30 foreign languages. 33 languages and 30 foreign languages. To make the journey into Power of Now, we all need to leave our analytical mind and false self-ego behind. Although the journey may be challenging, but Expertoli offers us a simple language and a question and guide format to make us understand easier. The world themselves are signposts. Now let us learn something about the author. This book was written by Expertoli, who is a German author and a spiritual advisor. The book written by him, Practicing the Power of Now, which was published in 1999, and Stillness Speaks, which was published in 2003. He was born on February 16 in 1948 in Lingen, Germany, where he spent his first 13 years, and he passed his University of London. And after graduating, he was a research scholar and a supervisor in Cambridge University. When he was 29 years old, he had a profound spiritual transformation which dissolved his old identity, and he had a new course of identity. He devoted his few years in understanding, integrating, and deepening his transformation. Some books you read, some books you enjoy. Only to some books you dedicate your soul, your heart, and you. This was one of mine. So now let's get deep into the book. The book Power of Now is a guide to a spiritual enlightenment which represents itself as a discussion of a people, how they interact with themselves and others. It's a concept of self-reflection and a present moment. The power of easy exercise of achievements and its principles. It's no wonder the book has sold over 2 million copies worldwide. All life is a series of present moment. If I ask 100 people about the most common feeling they feel, 99% of them would respond with regret and anxiety. Wouldn't you? The reason we regret and worry a lot is let in the way our mind works. Our mind works 24/7 constantly, which is already preoccupied by two things, that are past and future. When you woke up 10 minutes late, the first